If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in a Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. A child shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener.
We're coming at you with another live stream.
Gang, gang, gang. Brought to you by the big homie DJ Nick. I feel like DJ Nick did one like a week ago, right?
Well,
Wasn't it?
It wasn't a week ago, but it was rather recently.
There you go.
All right. So if you are interested in being our DJ for the evening, check out the commercial and stop skipping it, you bitch.
Wow. Wow. All right. First
I was
song
gonna try to pronounce your last
from
name, but
Kid
Rock?
Rock. The name of the song is We the People. We the people.
looks like we're gonna get political here. Up in here.
We the people. Kid Rock. Let's do it.
Go.
There you go. I'm watching the official video on the side.
Yep.
So he's a drummer.
We the people, and all we do, reserve the right to scream, fuck you! Wear your mask, take your pills, now a whole generation's mentally ill. Man, fuck Fauci. The COVID's near, it's coming to town. We gotta act quick, shut our borders down. Joe Biden does, the media embraces. Big Doc does it and they call him racist. We the people. lead to the promised land. 'Cause we the people, we gotta unite and follow that good time guiding light. Climb aboard this love boat and rock that bitch up and down the coast. In order to form a more perfect union, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
Gang, gang, gang.
man.
Oh, boy. All right. All
What?
right. That's Kid Rock. I've seen he's matured as a musician and as a person.
That's so funny.
Definitely see the maturity coming out.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's so funny because, like, what the entire time, like, that I'm listening to this. Okay, so there's like the part of me that used to have like this mindset, very much like him. You know what I mean? Like,
Really?
I don't want to say like. It's gonna sound. There's no way to say it without it really sounding terrible. Almost like one-sided, where you don't realize what's going on beyond what you understand of the world. So, but that it's offensive. That simplistic way of looking at the world, I miss that. I miss where there was no racism. People just thought there was. And that there wasn't actually horrible things happening. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, he's not denying that there's racism.
Well, he said Black Lives Matter. Yeah, obviously.
No shit.
But not shit.
No shit,
Yeah,
yeah.
but it's no, without realizing that the reason that we have to say that is because we have a massive race issue. You know what I mean? Like, I just remember like that simplicity. Like, the world was so black and white, where it was like you could say no shit to something like that. And now I can't say that without like seeing all like you know different videos that I've seen of things that have happened that are just absolutely horrible. That poor woman getting literally dragged from the vehicle. Well, she had a taillight out. She got dragged from the cop car into the station. Dragged. Like, it looked like some old-fashioned Roots video. And then they ended up finding her dead in her cell.
Yeah.
You know, she had just recently, she had spoken out against a lot of the way that the system is. And so, like, that sort of stuff, like, that stuff, like, troubles me and it makes me sick. And so I'm just saying, like, I miss that world where that stuff didn't exist. And it was just, you guys were holding on to stuff from the past. You weren't a slave and I wasn't a slave owner. Let's just move forward. You know what I mean? Like, without realizing that stuff still existed. Or, you know, but I do still agree with a lot of the stuff. Like, fuck Fauci. Like, I was really pissed at Fauci for what he did.
There's a person alive
that
right
likes
now that's a fan.
Yeah.
Of Fauci. I don't understand why Fauci is around still to this moment.
I don't either. Why is he still talking?
I don't get it. I feel like
literally nobody cares what you have to say.
Well,
like,
I mean,
is there even a group of people?
Lots of people care what he has to say.
Who? And why?
I mean,
He's
Jimmy
a
Dore
lawyer.
you have to care what he has to say
Why?
because a lot of what he has to say becomes policy. So you got to care what he has to say. As long as he's still in the position he's in the position. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what position is he in? I didn't realize he was in a position. What position is he in?
What do you mean, what position is he in?
You said as long as he's in the position that he is. I just thought he was some doctor that kind of made it bare. What is he actually?
Well, he's like the head of the NIH. I mean, he's been there for quite some time. Like, he's not going anywhere.
I can't believe they can just lie to us like that.
I mean, they've always been lying to us. It's just been more obvious. It's just been more obvious
with
now.
Social media.
I don't know. The "Let's Go Biden" chant to me is like, I just feel like
I literally always think.
I don't
what
know
if
if
that
I'm
was
gonna
your
comment.
family?
I don't know if I'm gonna like fully like develop this thought process because I'm
Okay.
trying to figure out how to say it without sounding like as like.
I mean, I have something to say about it.
It's just. I think I'm in safe ground here saying it's just the epitome of childishness. Like to me, when I see like grown
sure.
men and women that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 20s. I mean, I don't think I would be embarrassed, but I would be cringe. I would cringe if the kids used that phrase and really thought like, oh, I'm really sticking it to the man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of shit that, but I feel like Trump has just like lowered the bar for political discourse.
I agree. I mean, he did. We all saw. But I mean, when everybody's chanting it, I think a couple things. One is like, yo, that's like somebody's family. Like if that was like my Pepe or something, I'd feel sad with everybody chanting that.
Oh, I wouldn't care. I'm certain when Dorian becomes president, there'll be all types of horrible chants about him. I could care less.
Yeah, I don't like that. But then I think to myself, it's kind of hypocritical to chant that when the only reason he made it in is because people voted for him. Like he had enough votes. So there was enough people that supported him. And like, I don't think that Biden has been any different than he's projected himself to be. It's not like he was
hasn't.
one way and then he got in and then he like flipped on everybody. Like we all knew what he was about. We all knew where he was coming from. So I don't know, like stick. So I just think that's kind of weird. And the other thing is, so I was driving the kids.
Having a hard time not being the center of attention.
I was driving the kids and
here you go, Jim. I'll help you out. He wants some attention.
So one of the kids was like, have you ever given somebody the middle finger while you've been driving? And I said, no, I've never done that. And they said, why not? And I said, to be honest with you, I think that it's really immature. The very first time I ever saw the middle finger thing happening, it was always like 7 or 8-year-old little boys. Mm-hmm. And that's the only time that I saw it for like a huge portion of my life. It was only 7 or 8-year-old little boys. So I can't get past like the immaturity factor of it. So even when I do it like on the channel or joking, I still feel like mad immature doing it. So I think the same thing, like I agree with you when they're all chanting that, it's like this is a little juvenile.
I don't think that we know as a country really how to be united anymore. Like people don't really truly understand on the left or the right what being united means. So for example, Chris Smalls, the guy that's leading the Amazon charge, committed the unpardonable sin of going on Tucker Carlson's show.
Oh, yeah.
And now you get all these silly, I mean, I shouldn't say silly, but now you get all these people, oh my God, how could you go on Tucker Carlson's show? How could you do that? There's a reason. But it's all these people. It's like, this kid took on the most powerful fucking entity in the world right now and won.
Right, yeah.
And is knee deep in jihad because they appealed it, so they got to do it again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he's got to get the message out there, and he's doing something nobody's ever done before. Man, shut the fuck up! But you can't.
No.
Because Tucker Carlson, anything that comes from and like we've lost our ability to reason.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't like that guy. That guy's not on the team.
Yeah.
So we can't. Now, obviously, he had Kid on the show because of AOC's screw up. Mm-hmm. Because AOC wouldn't support them. She said she was going to support them. So obviously Tucker hates AOC, keeps calling her Sandy. Because her name is Alexandria. You know, but he keeps calling her. Remember Ergen Canner?
Yeah, yes. Gosh, how could we forget?
I don't know if I want to do that. But anyway, he keeps calling her Sandy. So Tucker has him on the show, obviously to make AOC look bad. Mm-hmm. He's on the show, obviously to promote his agenda.
Right.
And because we're stuck with this childish mentality that we have to play checkers and we can only hang out with the people that we're allowed to hang out with, you got all these crazy people saying all types of crazy shit to this guy. And it's like, what in the world is wrong with you people?
Yeah.
Like, but nope, Tucker's persona non grata. You can't talk to Tucker. You can't talk to Tucker. He's horrible. So that now you got Kid Rock saying, we got to come together. Fuck CNN. It's like, we don't understand, like, how to, especially if you're a union, if you're looking at the union from a Marxist vantage point. It doesn't matter if you're left wing or right wing. You're a worker, period, end of story. You're getting screwed by this inflation just like everybody else. You're going to want your company to be able, you're going to want some humane treatment from your company because it's about to get really, really ugly because the power, last year the power was in the hands of the workers because of all the unemployment stuff. Now, because we're dealing with the blowback of that, it's swinging the other way. And now the companies are once again going to have the power. That thing with Applebee's or whatever, it's like, oh, the price of gas is skyrocketing, so now we can really screw with people's wages again. So it's like, this is a left-wing, right-wing, Republican, Democrat. It doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
So the guy's got the most popular show in the world right now, as far as that.
Why would anybody only speak on one platform? Why
He's
would
not supposed to be able to.
Every platform possible.
He's not supposed to be able to. He's only supposed to talk about, people who,
Ridiculous.
It's insane. So like, I really, honestly, like, the way the media was with the Trump administration has torn this country apart, and I don't know how long it's going to be for us to recover as a people, because you can blame it on Trump all you want. You can say Trump was divisive, yada, 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 but our media for 4 freaking years was sowing domestic and global discord because of their insatiable thirst for power.
Yep.
And because of the ratings, because it's clear that when you had a bad guy like Trump, you had awesome ratings. You just did. And so
you never knew what he was gonna say.
Well, yeah, it's a reality show.
Yeah.
The problem is that, like, he didn't understand this, and I don't think that I think the media and the establishment left got into so much. It became about ego and, like, the pissing contest, like Trump specters behind this whole Twitter Elon Musk beef. Like, half of this shit, these people don't even really believe in. It's just their ego at this point. Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure there was a moment when the Russiagate stuff where they were all looking at each other like, yeah, none of this shit is true. But they had to keep doing it because of the ego, and Trump kept spiking the football and all the rest. And he couldn't think to himself, like, man, I could get some of these people on my side. If I got like 10% of these people on my side, it's a wrap. I'm real. Nope. We got a name call, and he started it, right? With the name calling and just bringing the conversation down. And then, I'm sorry, man, but it was establishment liberal neo-lib Democrat media, man. That was just horrible.
It's wild.
It was horrible for 4 years, and it completely wrecked the country. It turned people against each other. The COVID stuff also just turned people against each other.
I think he said something about the masks and the pills and that stuff too. Like, that divided us as well. And when you have a figure like Fauci lying to us when he was first speaking, and there was a whole chunk of people that believed him, and then you have a whole chunk of people that didn't believe him, and then it came out that he was lying, then it just makes it so that way the people that believed him, that went out on his behalf, then they're like, well, why did I even do that? And the other people are like, see, I told you, that whole thing was bullshit. And then it just makes it so that way the next time that we have something, even if they seriously know something, we're not going to believe them.
Nope.
And so it just sets us all up for a very, very dangerous place. Even what's coming out about the COVID shots, vaccinations.
Oh yeah,
like the more stuff that comes out about that, the more you're like, well, I mean,
horrible.
Okay, so there was a whole bunch of people that I thought were a little bit crazy that turned out to not be.
Yeah. No. That's 100% true. It's 100% true.
It's really a shame. Like, that's the thing. That's them crying wolf to us.
Yeah.
And so then we're not going to believe them when the stakes are down, and it's important that we do.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, the last couple of years, the media and social media, it's just been insane. It's been an absolute like dystopian. We are in a dystopian nightmare. It's unbelievable. I'm having a hard time like even processing like the world that we're in. This whole Twitter hostile takeover thing going. Anyway, how'd you rate the song?
Well, it's all right. I mean, it's an 8.2.
I'm gonna give it a solid 7.5. I feel like he came up with this song in like 5 minutes.
Probably did.
You know what I'm saying? It was pretty simple. But Kid Rock, I mean, he's all right. But hey, it's social commentary, political commentary.
Is what it is.
I'm sure the Fox News folks really love that song. Like, yeah,
absolutely.
Kid Rock is like, I feel like they think that that's edgy. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Because he swore, he put the finger up. There's girls.
You know what? Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
So like I feel like they're like, oh, we're edgy on this.
Dwayne, you're right. I'm gonna make it a 7.2. I think I did. I'm rating it too high.
That's still twice as much.
I know,
as,
but it's still it is a lower 7.2.
It's still higher than Goo Goo Bachoo.
7.2.
Whatever the hell you call it. Anyway, Soraya gave it a 7.2. What did I give it? A 7? I think I gave it a solid 7. Anyway, we got more music coming for you beautiful people. Vin out.
Sori out.
Go.